Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now this is the second video in a row that I've started from my car instead of my living room. Now if you've been watching these videos, you'll notice that, all of this week basically I've been really struggling to get up on time in the mornings. It seems to just be getting progressively worse. Although, I have had a bit more motivation when it comes to, doing my work and working on my cars and stuff like that. And yesterday, I really wasn't feeling 100%. Now, on the outside looking in, it might have seemed that I was great. I went out and made a video on a friend's pair of classic cars. Then I went to a barbecue. There was loads of cool cars there to check out. I was chatting to loads of people. There was people drinking there, people that know about my struggles, and I got loads of sort of praise from them about how well I'm able to go to these things without drinking and, with people drinking in front of me. And then we went to London to a car event that's, been going on for decades. Again, chatting to people that watch my car videos, got loads of positivity. But, underneath all that, I was struggling a bit, Now, I don't like to use the word depression because I see that as a medical term. And, from anecdotes that I've heard from other people, when you go to the doctors with depression, they just want to fill your head full of antidepressants. And I know from researching these things that antidepressants aren't very good for the kinds of people that suffer with depression. And they're definitely not good for the kinds of people who are battling addiction like me. And I've said before when I was talking about steroids, if I'm going to take drugs, it's going to be cocaine. It's not going to be antidepressants. It's not going to be steroids, etc. So look, you could say that over the last week, it's been, a kind of wave of depression, sort of coming to get me. But as a drug addict, I like to live one day at a time. So I don't tend to, link days together and see things like that. But I do acknowledge and accept and understand that, life's ups and downs do come in waves. Now, this morning, I woke up feeling, well, basically a sort of continuity from yesterday. I woke up with thoughts of just selling up all my cars and stuff. And, just full of negativity. Now, because I work on myself, because I study, the mind and stuff like that, because I've been studying this self-help stuff for 10 or 15 years, even though I haven't been taking it as seriously as I have for the last 9 months or so, because I've studied these things, I understand that these things will come and go, and I understand that, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Luckily for me, some people, they literally just get themselves into crippling depression that, lasts and lasts and lasts. And, luckily I understand that good times are going to come and that these things are temporary and that the only way you can battle these things is to just carry on. Hard work is the answer to most things. But, even still, I really struggled this morning. I actually ended up getting out of bed at 12 midday. I got up earlier than that and decided to have some toasted crumpets with cheese on, which I ate in bed. It is a Sunday and I am sort of coming to terms with the fact that I might have to make Sundays a bit of a rest day moving forward. Although in my mind, in an ideal situation, you shouldn't have the weekends off at all. So we'll just have to see. But today my body and mind decided for me that I was having a rest. I did wake up. I was very tired. My muscles are really achy. And I was feeling a bit down and just thinking about, selling up and whatnot. Now, the fact of the matter is that if I'm going to continue to build myself into the strongest human being that I can, and ride these waves of ups and downs, regardless of whether I sell up, whether I stop messing around with cars, whether I stop doing YouTube, I still need to continue to exercise every day, eat healthier, keep working on my mind, etc., etc. So selling up and stuff isn't the answer. That's a separate thing. But yeah, it's just one thing that sort of comes into my mind all the time when I am feeling a bit down. And, it's not all about, a cry for help. I'm going to sell everything up. Part of it is that I understand that to live a happier life, it is better to simplify your life and not have all these materialistic things that you sort of build your whole identity out of. However, although my cars are a materialistic thing, and in the past I have sort of falsely assumed that once I got my favourite car built, it would solve all my issues, which it didn't. So they are materialistic, they are sort of ego-driven, but they're also, now a source of, bringing positivity in my life. People do enjoy watching my videos. It is a way of me sort of serving other people by creating these videos that, entertain people. So it's sort of a mixture of both, On one hand, I think, sell up everything, simplify my life, strip my ego away. But then on the other hand, that would also be stripping away my way of causing other people joy, and ultimately it's the way I earn money at the moment. Although, as I've said many times, it's not viable really. So me mentioning that I'm going to sell up all the time, it is just something that comes into my mind when I'm feeling down. But so today, as I say, was a kind of continuity on from yesterday. But, because of what I study, because of what I know that the answer is to just get up and crack on. So at 12, midday, I did just that. I got up and I had my water, I had my vitamin C. I then went and wrote in my journal. I had a meditation session, and I've just been for a walk around the block. But I stopped off here at the garage because I wanted to start this video away from my girlfriend Kat. Basically, she'll probably watch this video when it's uploaded, but I didn't want to feel sort of anxious about opening up and telling you how sort of bad my morning's been. But look, I understand that there's a lot of people out there that are worse off with me with crippling depression. I've certainly had really bad bouts in the past. It's just I'm lucky that I know that these things will pass, and I know that the answer is to just crack on and do what you need to, and until it passes. I see these negative waves coming as something that I can't stop coming, but what I can do is I can decide how intense these negative bouts are, and potentially how long they're going to last, and what state I'm going to be in once they have passed. I want to portray that to you guys. No matter how crippling your bout of depression, or whatever word you want to use for it is, it will pass, and you can control how bad it is and how long it's going to last and what state you're in once it has passed. And, the answer is, as best as you can, to just crack on. Things like, if you're living a healthier life, like I am, which really helps with mood from day to day, it will also help, when you're in these really crippling bouts of depression. So look, as much as you can, just grit your teeth and get out there and do something. I feel a million times better now that I've been for the walk around the block than I did beforehand. I felt a lot better after writing in my journal this morning. I felt a lot better after meditating, than I did when I was in bed just struggling to get out. It's a fact. I'm not saying that this bout of negativity is gone. Maybe it'll still be with me for a few days. Maybe I'll still struggle to get out of bed, for another few days. I'm certainly not going to be diving into working on my MacBook all day today. I do need to, take a little bit of a step back. But what I'm not going to do is lay in bed all day or for days like I have done in the past, because I know that that doesn't help, what state I'm going to be in once this does inevitably pass. So eventually I did get up, and I did get out there, and I've been for my walk. I'll put a screenshot up now of the video I was listening to as I was going for a walk, because there is so many motivational videos on YouTube, videos that are made up of clips of various motivational people with some motivational music behind it. And that's the kind of video that I listened to this morning as I went on my walk. And doing nothing is never the answer to anything. Cracking on and doing whatever you can, even if it's, minuscule in comparison to what you'd normally do, will always make things a bit better. So, I'm going to continue on this, wave of me trying to just crack on by going home now and cracking on with some sort of workout. I think I'm going to do some arms and chest. Always feels good when you get a chest pump. And then I'm going to crack on with my day. so I ended up editing yesterday's video on this channel, and then basically I've done no more work, and I've just come out now to go to my girlfriend Kat's parents for dinner. My mind was telling me that I really need to get around the garage to plug my laptop into my favourite car, basically, just to see what the issue was with her the other day, and yeah, maybe do one other job, because then that would have meant that I'd be able to edit that video tomorrow and potentially bring it out tomorrow. But I think, you know, because I'm not feeling 100%, because I'm going through this wave of negativity, I think the best thing is to kind of forget work as much as I can for today. And yeah, that's why I've come out with my girlfriend Kat to get some food at her parents' place. As you can see, I've had a bit of a beard trim, which is obviously making me feel a bit better. And got some box fresh trainers out today. But yeah, in general, I'm feeling a million times better than I was this morning when I was, you know, struggling to get out of bed. And that's because eventually I did, you know, give myself that push to get up and do everything I need to do to continue to make myself the strongest human I can. So yeah, I'm going to get in now and go and see Kat's parents. All right, so we're back after our afternoon at Kat's parents, and it's actually quite early. It's still 20 to 8. Now, I'm absolutely stuffed. The Italians are proper feeders. I had a 2-course meal and 2 desserts. Now, I'm actually thinking, as an ultimate middle finger up to my negativity in my mind that's overcome me the last few days, I might actually go to the gym and do a leg session, which will be totally going against sort of accepting that I need a rest and now changing my mind and going to the gym. But I do know for a fact that once I get out of the gym, I will feel like it was a great idea. Always feel great once I get out of the gym. So yeah, I'm going to go and bang out a leg session, because the answer to any negativity in life is hard work. All right, just made it to the gym. It's coming up to 8:45. The gym actually closes at 10 on a Sunday anyway. But yeah, going to go in there and do a leg session. Going to do my normal half a mile, very steep, very fast incline walk as a warm-up. And then I'm going to probably just knock out the 4 machines on legs rather than doing the hip adduction and the hip abduction. The whole time while I was getting ready to come here this evening, and the whole time that I was driving here, my mind's just been like 50-50, you know, in conflict as to whether I should or shouldn't be coming to the gym. You know, maybe I shouldn't because I've sort of decided earlier I should be resting a bit today, or maybe I should because, you know, I really do need to get back on track and get over this negative period. So yeah, it is really 50-50, but as I've said before, you know, when it's like that and my mind's contradicting itself, I just choose the option that's the hardest work, and the hardest work is going to the gym. If the other option is not going to the gym, and I've got to be honest, there's a dark part of my mind that, you know, wants to punish myself, you know, for being lazy, for not being on track properly for the last week or so, you know. And if I'm honest, there's a dark part of my mind that thinks, do you know what, if I keep working hard, you know, going to the gym, you know, and overworking, and it ends up killing me, then at the end of the day, I should have died probably years ago when I was taking loads of drugs. So, you know, I'd rather die working hard than, you know, how I would have or could have or should have died years ago when I was being a waste man. So I know it's dark, but it's the truth, and that's what this channel's all about, man. Me sharing exactly what's going on in my mind. At the end of the day, this leg session probably won't kill me, but I can guarantee that after I come out, I won't regret going in there. You know, I never regret going to the gym. So yeah, that's enough waffling. Let's get in there and bang out legs. All right, so just got back from the gym and it didn't kill me, but my legs have been absolutely destroyed. Did the 4 machines as planned after my warm-up, and as always, I'm very, very glad that I went to the gym. You know, I never ever regret going to the gym. Now, was it a good idea to go to the gym today when, you know, this morning I sort of needed a rest and decided to have a rest? Who knows? But, you know, I went and I don't regret it. And I'm just hoping that, you know, now I've sort of hit the trough of the recent negative spell, and I'm going to be now on my way back up to the top. But yeah, I live one day at a time as a drug addict, so we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow if I'm fortunate enough to wake up and be granted with another day on this planet. I like to think that today has been an example of how, you can wake up, feeling down, feeling like it's the end of the world, and you can decide to turn it around. I didn't get out of bed until 12 noon today, but I did end up turning it around. I did end up going through my daily routine, albeit very late. And, I've ended up going to the gym in the evening. So yeah, as I say, in my opinion, the negative times are always going to come. Life's all about ups and downs, but you can decide sort of how long you're going to wallow in the down times, and you can decide what state you're going to be in once those bad times have passed. And the way, in my opinion, to make the down period smaller and leave yourself in a better state after it's passed is hard work. Just doing your best to keep going and doing your best to not just wallow in negativity. I could have quite easily stayed in bed all day until now, and tomorrow and the next day. There's been times in the past where I've literally just spent days and days and days in bed, and the fact that I know what I know about things passing, about the fact that, getting up and working hard does improve things, the fact that I know all that doesn't stop me succumbing to the negative times, but knowing and accepting that does now put me in a position where, fingers crossed, I don't end up, having days and days and days where I'm literally laying in bed. I don't want to use the word depressed, but you know what I mean. So yeah, glad I sort of turned it around today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Now I need to have a shower, and then I'm basically just going to chill out. I'm not going to turn my MacBook on. I really need to focus on going to bed. Tomorrow is tomorrow, but what I can do today to affect tomorrow is try and get to bed early, and yeah, that's what I'm going to focus on now. So I'm going to jump in the shower before I chill out and do that. So I'm going to end this video here, but I'll be back for another one tomorrow. Massive thanks as always to everyone who's made it this far. Feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or contact me through Facebook, Instagram or email. But other than that, I'll speak to you tomorrow.